If you own a home or have looked into buying a home, you know that the world of real estate isn't exactly simple. The amount of information out there can be overwhelming. Fortunately, Real Estate Now with Dave and Cindy is here to help. They break down complicated topics ranging from home renovation to mortgages in straightforward and easy to understand terms. And now, here are Dave and Cindy, the voices of Real Estate Now.
I love spring in Idaho. The weather's getting so much nicer and we can actually get outside and start to do some fun things. You know, we were driving past the drive-in today and I noticed that it's actually open already.
You know, I'm never really that excited about drive-ins. It's not the place where I can see the movie very well. I can't hear it that well. And especially I can't see it well when the big truck moves up into the right in front of us.
Last summer, yes.
Yeah.
Because this is what you said to me as we drove past. I said, we need to go take the kids and go to the drive-in again. It was so much fun last summer when we went. But we have a little Mini Cooper, a little red Mini Cooper, and convertible. So it was real fun to go to the drive-in, put the top down. And when you have a small vehicle, you can park in the front row or close to the front row. And some guy with his big old truck decided he wanted to sit in the front row and parked directly in front of us. So I may have got out of my car and told him to move his truck, and he may or may not have been very happy about it. But Dave just wants to go get snacks about the time that I start.
Yeah, because Big Judd's up there, and nothing wrong with Big Judd's. I didn't mean Big Judd as in the burger, but that's a free promo for him, right?
Yeah.
But anyhow, this big monster guy is sitting up there in a huge truck, and I know he's going to come over and kick my tail. Because my wife's over there in his ear telling him he's going to have to get that big diesel of his and move it the heck out of the way.
Of course.
And so for the rest of the movie, I'm sitting there looking over my shoulder trying to find out who's going to thump on me.
Well, it's the weather's great. We're going. You're just going to have to put up with it. But the other thing that we can do now is start getting our homes ready to be put on the market and get ready to sell. I know a lot of people are out there thinking about whether or not if this is the right time, if it's not the right time to sell, what's the market doing? It's been a really great market. This spring has just taken off like crazy. And our guest today is actually we're going to be talking about, within a few minutes, is going to be talking a little bit about home loans and some of the options we have available. Colin Hunter from Idaho Central Credit Union is going to be visiting with us a little bit about that. But first of all, we wanted to talk about some of the things that you can do to kind of get your house ready. And if it is listed already and it is out there being shown, some of the things that we've noticed and seen that maybe can help you to get your house sold quicker.
Yeah, Cindy and I go out on tours of the houses that are new on the market every week. And we see lots of new homes, older homes, but homes that are just barely on the market. And some of them are fabulous. Some of them are in between, and some of them take your breath away. Literally.
Literally. I know. We've actually been in a few homes. I could not stay in the house. And I don't want to offend anybody. You know, if we're talking about if this is something that you have an issue with in your home, we're not trying to offend you. We actually want to help you to get your home sold. But this is something that we wish, at least I do, that the MLS had smell-o-vision. So that when you go online and you search for a house, that you can actually smell the house too. Because I don't think sometimes people realize that their homes have odors. And when you walk in for the first time, I know in our house, I ask people when they come over, do you smell, like bacon is a big culprit for this. If you cook anything that's like really greasy, like bacon, it just seems to linger in the house for days and days and days. And it gets in your clothing. And I think we get used to it, and it just, after a while, you don't notice it anymore.
Well, I got in the car the other day, and Cindy says, you need to go and wash your jacket because it smells
That's because you
like
cooked bacon.
the kitchen.
You did. You cooked bacon. But cats, that's another big culprit. Cats are notorious for being extremely odoriferous. And we've been in homes before where you literally, I at least for me, I had to leave the house because the smell was so overwhelming. And I don't know if people just don't notice sometimes.
I don't think they do, because cat owners typically, they're actually surprised if somebody mentions,
right,
that there's a pet odor in the house.
Right.
But for people who don't own pets that are looking at the house, a lot of times they just refer to it as the cat house or a place where they had cats.
We've heard that before, and because typically when we're out touring homes with our clients, for example, we will give a name to a house. when we see the house. And it's something to help them to be able to remember the house. So it may be the house with the barn, so we call it the farm, or we call it the blue house, or something that's unique and different about.
Or ours is the house with the blue bathtub.
Yeah,
and
the
it
blue
used to be the
bathtub
blue
house.
toilet until we put it out in the front yard and put
Exactly.
flowers in it, right?
Exactly. But that we have referred to a house once or twice as the cat house or the pet house. And
Last week, we had a house that was the severed head house.
oh, that was funny.
We went into the house,
Scared me to death.
and in the kitchen, there were two heads sitting on the
Well,
counter.
you got to clarify. They're not actual heads, okay? They're like the heads that they use in beauty school. So they have hair and everything. But when you walk around the corner, especially if it's an old house and you see severed heads on the counter, it's not something that you were
Well, I
expecting.
actually had to look at the listing and make sure it didn't belong to Dahmer. That was
Yeah,
the only thing
okay.
I was checking.
No, that's the other rule of thumb is never open the freezer.
In a foreclosure, because you
Especially
never
if it's
know
in
what's
a
going
basement.
to be in there.
Never do it. Now, Dave, you like to do this just to annoy me because I see the freezer and it's one of those box freezers and it's in a basement and it's in an empty house and the house was built in 1910 or whatever. You just don't want to know what's in the freezer.
What might be there.
Yeah. So anyway, but back to the topic is getting your house presentable and ready. I would recommend having somebody come into your house, maybe a neighbor or a friend, come over and ask them, do you smell something? If you think that you might have some kind of an odor problem in your
Or
house.
better yet, call Cindy up and say,
I will come in
Put-
403 Dave.
that's right. Tell me about my house.
Yeah.
What should I do?
Well, and we do this a lot with our clients. We go out and we'll sign a listing agreement. We'll get their house on the market, and we will be honest with you. There's nothing worse than hearing from our clients things that they say like, "Oh, my last agent never told me that. You know, I had a problem. They just were always saying everything's great." And it's not always the case, but we need to be honest because in trying to sell your home, our job is getting that done. And if we're not honest with you, and sometimes it's maybe something that people don't want to hear, but we need to be honest with you and let you know what needs to be done to get your house sold.
Well, Cindy, in real estate, there's a buzzword. It's called staging the house to show. What should a person do to stage their house? What are your main things?
Get rid of everything that you can't possibly live without. Everything, including like toys in kids' rooms. Kids, and if they're like our kids, they accumulate volumes and volumes of boxes and toys and Legos and everything under the sun, and it just takes up. Sometimes they get everything out in their room, and you can't even walk through their room. That's how we live, but that's not how you sell a house. And so, asking the kids to participate and help get the home ready to sell is actually a really good thing. It makes them feel like they're part of the process.
I'll tell you, in our kids' house, or in their rooms in the house, sometimes I don't even think they have a clue what color their carpet is. They haven't seen it in 2 or 3 years, but there's so much junk
Yeah.
that can be in there. And if they can live with just a few toys
Right.
or just a few things
Pick out your 2 or 3 favorite
while you're
toys.
selling the house,
Right.
People come in, and if it looks cluttered before they ever move in, vision in their mind, this house is always going to be stuffy. There won't be room for all their things.
Right. They want to come in and be able to see where their furniture is going to be able to be put. And if it's got too much stuff in it, then sometimes it's just a matter of switching the furniture around. Like in the living room, you might have a sofa, a love seat, and a chair that's positioned in a way that when you walk into the house, it gives it a very closed feeling. But by repositioning that furniture in a different arrangement, you can make the room feel much more open.
Yeah, opening up that room,
Yeah.
or every room if you can.
Exactly.
And just so people there's tons of space in this house for us to put our things.
And if you're trying to avoid renting a storage unit, which first of all I would recommend, rent the storage unit, put all of those extra toys in it, put everything that you can live without into that storage unit. If you're trying to avoid that, just use the garage for now. The garage is not that big of a deal if you need to store some stuff in the garage. People understand that you're getting ready to move, and a lot of times people don't even open the garage door when they're looking at a house. So don't be afraid to get rid of it. Same thing with the kitchen. Get everything off the kitchen counters. And I think we can go through each room of your house with you and give you a plan of what you can do to improve the look of your home and get it ready to be sold.
Right. Get it clean, get it looking sharp, give it good curb appeal.
And if you'd just like to have some feedback on whether your house is ready to sell, you can call us directly at 403-3283. That's 403-DAVE, and set up an appointment. We'd love to come by and see your house, give you some feedback on maybe what the market in your neighborhood is doing, and a market analysis so that you can know the value of your home and what things that you can do to help get it ready to sell. But it's a beauty contest and a price war, and that beauty contest part of it is really, truly is half the battle.
Yeah, and if you can get it looking sharp, you're going to make yourself money, or at least save yourself money.
Imagine how great it would feel to live without pain. Power strips from FG Express give you the power to move. Listed with the FDA as a Class 1 medical device, power strips are the all-natural alternative for the temporary relief of minor pain. Where does it hurt? Apply power strips directly to your skin for temporary pain relief. The outer layer consists of an elemental germanium that works like a prism to redirect your body's natural heat. The inner layer contains a gentle, exclusive blend of fermented Korean red ginseng, silver, and marine phytoplankton. For best results, apply a new power strip every day or two. Worn daily, power strips can also help to improve the look and feel of skin. Call 403-3980 to find out more about power strips. Take your life back and start enjoying your favorite activities again. Call 403-3980. Live free with power strips. That's 403-3980.
We've all met real estate agents like Trevor.
Hi, I'm Trevor. I'm going to try my best to sell your house for you, but it takes time,
That's why they're all choosing us, Dave and Cindy with Keller Williams Realty East Idaho, the largest real estate office in the entire region.
We have a strategic marketing presence that actually attracts thousands of home buyers. Plus, our home selling techniques get homes sold fast and for top dollar, too.
It's all bad news for Trevor.
My phone never rings. Maybe it's broken.
Call us directly at 403-DAVE. That's 403-3283.
Or visit us at our website at eastidahohomes.com.
On News Talk 97.7 FM, it's Dave and Cindy, the voices of Real Estate Now.